Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals. Alright, so today I, an American, am going to be drinking Yorkshire tea for the first time, which is an English brand of tea that is supposedly blended specifically for the tap water in Yorkshire, a city in England. I am not in Yorkshire. I am not in England at all. I am instead in America, as I am an American. But nonetheless, I have some Yorkshire tea with me today, and I am very excited to try it and to find out just how it is. Will it be good, even though I'm not in Yorkshire? Will it be bad? I don't know, but I'm looking forward to finding out. And overall, my expectations are a lot higher than not. I have heard nothing but good things about Yorkshire tea as a brand as a whole. And I have heard especially good things about the Yorkshire Gold tea in specific, which is the tea I have with me today. The Yorkshire Gold is Yorkshire tea's most expensive, most high-end blend of tea, which contains tea leaves from Kenya, Rwanda, and Assam, according to the back of the tin, at least. And I am figuring that this should be some pretty good stuff, but I don't know what it's actually like, and I don't know if it actually is. And so as such, well, that's exactly why I'm making this video today, to showcase my first ever experience with, well, Yorkshire tea, and in specific, with Yorkshire Gold tea. But I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and quickly cover the packaging. The tea is all in before I go ahead and actually get to drinking and everything like that. And before I get to drinking as well, I figure I should probably go ahead and get one of the pouches inside this caddy all out. And then after that, I should probably go ahead and smell it, just see what the tea smells like, see if it smells any different than tea that I'm used to as an American. And then after that, I'm thinking I should probably go ahead and put some of this tea in a nice warm cup of water, let it steep for just a little while, and after that, drink it, and find out just how Yorkshire tea is for the very first time. One thing I do want to acknowledge, though, before I go ahead and start covering the packaging that this tea has, is that what I've got with me today, from what I can tell at least, is the American version of Yorkshire tea, which is a little bit different than the English version. It's a little bit less strong, and it's a little bit just different in general. It's not entirely different. It's still quality tea, people say, but it is slightly different than the English version. I do want to acknowledge that is just one acknowledgement I wanted to give just right off the bat. But without further ado, let's go ahead and just quickly cover the packaging itself, starting off with just the box. I do suppose we can see this tea came in a metal box, which is something you don't really see very often in the United States, at least at places where I normally get tea, like grocery stores. But the fact that this tea came in a box and it contains 80 bags of tea, and the fact that this box only cost $8 USD as well, makes me think that, well, this was a banger of a deal. Excuse me. Makes me think that this was a banger of a deal, if I do say so myself, because not only did I get 80 tea bags for $8, but I also got a metal tin thrown in as well. I love my metal tins, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. And we can see the overall background for this metal tin is very much that of a gold, and we can see a landscape just going all the way around. Maybe that's the historic Yorkshire County or something like that kind of thing. I'm not exactly sure, I will admit. But in the middle right here, we can see there is a little bit of a black rectangle right there, and it just says Yorkshire right there, front and center. Right under that, it just says gold, just letting us know what variety of Yorkshire tea this is. And then under that, it just says our finest blend, just letting everybody know that this is their highest end, their finest blend, of course. And above Yorkshire, it just says Tailors of Harrogate Yorkshire Gold. So maybe that's like the full brand name. I'm not exactly sure. And it looks like there's some more stuff going on under this sticker right here, which is just all in black, and it just says 80 tea bags. Caddy includes 80 tea bags, 8.8 ounces, 250 grams. I'm not exactly sure what's under this sticker, but let's go ahead and get this sticker off real quick if I possibly can. I might need to use my knife, I'll acknowledge. So let's go ahead and just get this sticker off just real quick if I possibly can, so I can take a look at what is under the sticker and what not. So let's go ahead and just see if I can get that all off real quick. And, oh, there is a little bit of stuff. There is a little bit of stuff going on under the sticker. Don't want to open up the box quite yet, though. It was trying to open up on me as I was peeling this off. Let's go ahead and just put that down. It's a pretty sticky sticker, so I'm just going to put this down on the table and throw it away when I go inside to get some water. Put my knife away real quick. Got my Kershaw scallion with me today. And let's go ahead and see what it says at the very top up here. So in white, it just says, by appointment to HRH, the Prince of Wales, suppliers of beverages, tailors of Harrogate, North Yorkshire. So is that like some sort of government, sort of like, we really like this, like the sort of like the British royal family, like putting stuff on like packs of Benton and Hedges and stuff like that kind of thing? Is that but for Wales? Very interesting, if I do say so myself. Very, very, very interesting. Yeah, well, that just makes this seem like it's going to be all that much better. If a high-end group likes this tea, I'm thinking it's got to be better than not, right? Just kidding. High-end people don't always have good taste, but I'm hoping that is the case in this specific scenario. Just like this case. It looks pretty good. I wanted to make that joke. It didn't really pan out the way I wanted, though. But that's pretty much all that's going on the front. Looks pretty good in my personal opinion. Taking a look at the back, it just says Our Finest Blend, and then it just has a little bit of a market segmentation spiel right there, I'd have to say. And it just says, welcome to Yorkshire Gold, a glorious golden brew made with the best tea leaves from the best growers in Kenya, Rwanda, and Assam. It's a special blend that's so splendidly satisfying, you'll have to have a nice sit down just to take it all in. If you love it half as much as we do, you'll agree it deserves an equally special caddy. So they're really trying to promote that this tea deserves the metal tin, and they're really trying to promote that this is a quality blend. I'm looking forward to finding out if that is the truth or not. Anything going on either side? Just a little bit of a design for the background, whatnot. A little bit of a house on this side, some fields on this side and whatnot. At the very top, it just says Yorkshire Gold right there, and the bottom just has some information and whatnot as well. Just says our proper brew promise, brewing instructions, Rainforest Alliance certified, so I guess they don't try to kill any rainforests with tea production, I suppose. Just says ingredients and storage, ingredients black tea. So of course this is a black tea, as one might expect. Just says blended and packed in the UK with imported ingredients from outside the UK. Imported by into the United States, Brands of Britain LLC. Best before 03/2026, so I got plenty of time. And let's see, so it's saying their brewing instructions, they recommend, oh, so they say you can enjoy it hot or enjoy it iced. I'm going to be enjoying it hot today, but it just says basically pour like 100 degrees Celsius water, 212 degree Fahrenheit water into a cup, and then put the tea bag in, I do suppose, as well, and let it sit for 4 or 5 minutes. So I'm supposed to let this steep for that long. I think I might just go for 3 minutes steeping. That seems like a bit long in all honesty, but maybe that's what I need to do. I'm not sure. And interestingly enough, just taking a look at this, it also looks like this tea is also imported into Australia and Japan, which is pretty interesting, which is pretty interesting, along with Singapore as well, because we can see there's a bunch more import information over on that side right there as well. And yeah, that's pretty much all that's going on the bottom of the tin. I do suppose without further ado, I should probably go ahead and actually get this tin all opened up, though. We should take a look at the very inside of it, and we can see, well, there's just a normal box of tea on the inside of this tin, but it looks pretty good, you know what I'm saying? Let's go and get this box out. There's another layer of packaging, it does appear. Anything else on the inside of the box? Nothing else going on. Nice tin, though. No complaints on my behalf about the tin, that is for sure. Let's go and take a look at this. Is there anything else that I might want to mention about this tea that is different than what was said on the caddy? Let's see, anything on the back. Not really seeing anything particularly different or anything like that. Yep, appears to be pretty much the same, just in a cardboard box now. I really wasn't expecting a cardboard box inside the metal tin, but that's what I got. Let's go ahead and get this opened up, because now I'm wanting to go ahead and get a tea bag out and smell the tea itself. I can already smell the tea a little bit, and it definitely smells slightly different than I'm kind of used to. This is not any sort of like Earl Grey or English breakfast tea. It's not some standard blend that is made by a lot of different companies. It is instead, from what I know at least, a blend that is only produced by, well, Yorkshire Tea, specifically for their company, which is pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and see if I can get all this plastic wrap all off. Throw the plastic wrap in my backpack in just a moment as well. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. And definitely not wipe my nose real quick. And now, let's go ahead and just get this all opened up. And we can see there is, well, of course, some tea on the inside. And I heard that the American version of Yorkshire Tea has strings. Now that post was a couple years old. This does definitely not have strings, right? Nope, no strings. And this appears to be a tea bag that's more like tea bags in the UK. So maybe this is not like a different version of the Yorkshire Tea. Maybe they stopped doing that. I'm not sure. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Well, let's go ahead and just grab one of these out real quick. Let's see, does this just rip? It just rips just like that. Pretty easy if I do say so myself. And let's just go ahead and close the box back up and take a little bit of a smell. And overall, ooh, it smells good. It smells very, very, very nice if I do say so myself. I'd have to say it's got a very sort of sweet smell. Yeah, it's got sort of a sweet, citrusy, fruity, slightly lemony smell to it. It smells to me not too dissimilar from Earl Grey or English breakfast teas, but different. But as said, not too dissimilar by any means. Yeah, smells like tea. Of course it smells like tea, it is tea, but yeah, I'd have to say overall the smell I'm getting from this tea is very much that of and I'm starting to notice a little bit more, there's a lot of depth to the smell of this tea. I'm very much getting that of a smell of, I'd have to say, cedar wood. A little bit of, yeah, sort of a cedar wood with a good amount of like sweet, sort of fruity smell under that. A little bit of a sort of citrusy, almost sort of lemon scent. And I'd have to say that's probably all I'm noticing right now. I'm getting, yeah, that sort of cedar wood. Then under that, there's sort of a sweet, sort of fruity smell. Then a little bit of a sort of citrusy lemon. And that's really what I'm getting from this tea smell-wise. It smells fantastic, and if it tastes like it smells, I have faith that I'm really, really, really gonna like this tea. But I won't know that for sure until I actually try it. So I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and get my cup of water all heated up so I can actually drink some Yorkshire tea for the first time and find out just how good or just how bad it actually is. It seems like it's gonna be really good, but I gotta go get some water to find out. So I will be back in just a moment, y'all. I'll be back. Alrighty, y'all. My water is now all warm. As we can see, there's a little bit of mist coming off it. I think that's showing up on camera. Not sure, though. It's visible to me, at least. I am now gonna go ahead and take the tea bag I originally took out, and I'm just gonna go ahead and dunk it in the harbor, as all good Americans like to do with their tea. It's just the harbor in this specific scenario is actually just a hot cup of water. And I'm gonna let that steep for, I'm gonna say 2 minutes at first. If I wanna go a little bit more, I can. So let's go ahead and just get my stopwatch going. There we go, just like that. And I'm just gonna let that go for around about 2 minutes, find out just how it is. But overall, seems like some tea is coming out. Water's getting a little bit yellow, a little bit brown. Just kind of messing around with the spoon inside the mug. Overall, though, yeah, smells really, really, really good. I've got really high expectations, though. I was recommended Yorkshire tea by y'all. I made a video trying British tea for the first time a little bit back, a little bit ago. And in the comments, a lot of y'all were saying, a lot of y'all who are from England were saying, I gotta try Yorkshire tea. And And I was like, oh, I bet they don't sell it here. Nope, turns out they sell it on Amazon. They sell it on Amazon, so I had to pick some up. I'm very excited to try. I did a little bit of research about Yorkshire tea as well, and basically, to my understanding at least, most people online on like tea forums and stuff like that consider it to be like one level below like loose leaf tea. So I'm expecting good stuff. I not only heard good things about Yorkshire tea from y'all, but just the rest of my research about it led me to believe that this stuff is supposed to be really, really, really dang good. I'm looking forward to finding out if it really is. I'm expecting good things. I'm really hoping it's going to be all it's chalked up to be. I'm not going to be using any cream. I'm not going to be using any sugar during today's video. I feel like that would kind of change the flavor of the tea just a little bit. I don't normally use cream and sugar in my tea anyway, so I'm just going to be drinking it straight, just water with tea. That's all I'm drinking when it comes to the tea today. No added, nothing needed. But how long has it been? It's been 1 minute 46 seconds. I think I'm probably just going to go for 2.5 minutes. The bottom of the caddy said like 4 to 5 minutes. That seems like really long to me, at least. Like 4 to 5 minutes seems like a really long time. Maybe that's typical for some teas. I've got no idea, but that seems like a really long time. So I'm gonna do like 2 minutes and 45 seconds, maybe 3 minutes. I'm gonna up to 3 minutes, yeah. But it's turning a very nice sort of reddish bronze color. It's looking very good. And smell-wise, I'm definitely getting like sort of a... Oh yeah. The smell, when you actually got it in the water, it's very much that of a sweet, sort of fruity, floral, slightly citrusy, lemony smell with an undertone of cedar wood. It kind of smells like a mix of like English breakfast and Darjeeling, interestingly enough. At least to me. Of course, I haven't really tried a lot of teas, so take what I say with a grain of salt. But that's kind of what it comes all across like to me. But it's been 3 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and take the tea bag out, and I'm just gonna fold it over on it to itself and just kind of squeeze some of the tea out, just like that. Put that down on the table in front of me. Try to get all that off. I don't wanna lick my fingers because I haven't tried it yet, but I guess I could just lick my fingers after I try it. So doesn't smell too hot. I do suppose, without further ado, y'all, I'm gonna wipe my fingers. Just wipe them on my pants. It's okay. It's okay. But without further ado, y'all, let's go ahead and take a sip of Yorkshire tea for the first time. Let's find out just how it is, what it's like, and whether I, as an American, like it or not as well. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Wow, very smooth. Very smooth. Almost sort of a silkiness to it, interestingly enough. I can just tell right off the bat, it's quality. It's a quality product for sure, by far. I have had, I'll acknowledge, some pretty low quality teas in the past. This does not come across as low quality by any means. Not that I was expecting it to. But, you know, always gotta kind of keep that in the back of your mind when you're trying something new. Even if you've heard really good things about it, it could just be all marketing. This appears to be marketing and quality. Wow. And I see why. I know a lot of y'all who commented recommending Yorkshire tea on one of my previous videos. Y'all were saying it's really, really, really good with like 2 cubes of sugar and a dash of cream. I see why. I absolutely see why. Because just the flavor of this tea, it just seems like it would pair really well with cream and sugar. Yeah, the flavor I'm getting is that of I'd have to say predominantly like cedarwood, floral, fruity, citrusy, lemony, taste with almost sort of a milky undertone or overtone. Like, I wouldn't really say there's like a milky taste, but at the same time, the mouthfeel is like so smooth and creamy, which is kind of odd. Because water doesn't normally have this mouthfeel. Like, this tea has actually kind of changed the mouthfeel of the water. Like, usually a lot of the tea I try, it just kind of gives me the mouthfeel of water, but with a nice flavor kind of thing. This, oddly enough, seems to have actually changed the mouthfeel of the tea a little bit. Or not of the tea a little bit, of the water inside the cup a little bit. Which is not normally what I notice when I'm drinking tea. Wow. Yeah. And I'm glad I didn't steep it for any longer than I did. That was about right, in all honesty. Yeah. Giving me a little bit of buzz. You can definitely tell it's got some caffeine in it. I'm getting a little bit of a caffeine buzz. I don't really drink all that much caffeine, don't consume all that much caffeine. So when I do, I definitely get a little bit of a caffeine buzz going, and I can definitely tell this stuff has some caffeine because it be hitting just a little bit. Yeah, the mouthfeel is very smooth, almost creamy and milky, which is very interesting. And I'd have to say the flavor overall is kind of that of a, like, milky cedarwood. Well, not like... No, I'm going to say there's a little bit of a sort of milky, creamy actual flavor in there. It's not just the mouthfeel. The mouthfeel is kind of like that, but I feel like there's an actual flavor of that in there as well. And so I'm going to have to say, overall, the flavor of Yorkshire Gold is very much that of a sort of milky, creamy, cedarwood-like flavor with undertones of sweet fruit. Well, I'm gonna restart this. So the flavor of the Yorkshire Gold tea, in my personal opinion, is very much that of a, excuse me, oddly enough, a, okay, let me try this again. I'm gonna have to say the flavor of this tea is that of a sweeter than not, creamy, almost sort of milky flavor with an undertone of cedarwood, and then under that, there's a little bit of a fruity flavor that is getting its sweetness from the creaminess, and then under that, there's a little bit of a citrusy flavor, a little bit of lemon as well, and just a bunch of herbal, sort of floral flavors as well. So it's very much that of a milky, creamy, cedarwood, herbal, floral sort of flavor with undertones of a little bit of fruit and citrusy lemon, which is very interesting. This definitely, taste-wise, in my opinion, has aspects of Darjeeling, along with aspects of Earl Grey. English breakfast, this to me, I haven't tried a lot of teas, I'll acknowledge. I don't know a lot about tea. This is, I think, like, before I started really doing, like, tea videos, which I don't even really do all that often, I'd only ever tried, like, English breakfast and Earl Grey. Now I've tried English breakfast, Earl Grey, and Darjeeling. Just from a couple different brands now. And this, so I don't really have a very large sort of metric for what this tea is really comparable to. But it kind of comes across as slightly Darjeeling-esque with a little bit of Earl Grey kind of in there as well. But that creaminess, I've got no idea where that came from. I don't know what that is similar to, because that is just, I got no idea. This stuff is good, though. I like this stuff. This stuff is good. And if you like cream and sugar in your tea, I think you will absolutely love the Yorkshire Gold. I don't normally drink my tea with cream and sugar. I don't use cream because I am dairy-free, I'll acknowledge. I used to use sugar in my tea, but I just stopped doing that. Every once in a while, I'll put honey in my tea. I think that this would be pretty solid with honey as well. But, yeah, overall, good stuff. Good stuff. I like the Yorkshire Gold, and I gotta admit, my first ever experience with Yorkshire tea today has been very solid. It's been a very solid experience. And now I know I was saying that apparently the USA version of Yorkshire tea is a little bit different, supposedly, than the UK version. It's a little bit weaker, for example, is what I read online. I don't know about that. I think they might have changed their blend and made it stronger, because this stuff is giving me a buzz, let me tell y'all what. It is quite hefty strength-wise, and I do not mind that one bit. But I'm going to grab myself a little bit of a screenshot real quick before I go ahead and finish off my drink. Hopefully one of those will do. We will find out. We will find out. But yeah, overall, I like it. I like Yorkshire tea. And for me, I gotta admit, it's gotta be one of the better teas I've tried. Now, when compared to other teas, what do I prefer? I'm gonna have to say probably still my favorite, I'll acknowledge, is probably Earl Grey. I just really like the sort of lemony flavor it has, the added bergamot and stuff. I like that. I like the sort of honey, bergamot, lemon flavor that Earl Grey gives me. It's also kind of what I grew up drinking whenever I had tea as a kid. I kind of grew up drinking that. So it's just what I'm used to, and I'm gonna have to say that's probably still my favorite. I definitely have to say I prefer this stuff over English breakfast, and I'd actually have to say I think I might prefer Yorkshire Gold over Darjeeling. Now, granted, the Darjeeling I tried was from Twinings, so it's not probably the highest quality Darjeeling in the world, but when compared to the Darjeeling I've tried, I think I actually prefer this stuff. So I'm gonna have to say this tea, I think, might very well be my number 2, my second favorite tea I've ever tried. As said, I think Earl Grey is still number 1, just like Twinings Earl Grey, honestly, or Bigelow's Earl Grey. Then Yorkshire Gold, I'm gonna have to say, and then Darjeeling, and then probably English breakfast. Yeah. Overall, for me at least, a solid 4 out of 4 for the Yorkshire Gold, I gotta admit. Well, this is some pretty good tea. I like it a lot. But what do y'all think of it? I think I've said everything I wanted to say about the tea I drank today, but I'm curious to know what y'all think of Yorkshire Gold. Do you guys like it? Do you guys not? Let me know in the comments down below, and let me know whether you guys think the price I paid for this tin of tea right here was a good price to pay or not. Thank you so much for watching today's video, y'all. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video where I, an American, tried Yorkshire tea for the first time. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. Box, and my other channels all in the description down below. Go check them all out. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. Till the next one, stay safe and peace, and have a great one. Yes, sir, and I'm saying.